Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Honey Badger Hour. Episode 4. We're on week 5, episode 4, man. So we had a little bump in the road.
Yes, we did.
You know, I was kind of down about that. I wanted to kill him with consistency, dog. But it's alright. Hey, every week and a half is not a bad routine. But we're gonna double up this week, and we're gonna bust out 2. So that by week 6, we're on podcast 6, no matter what. So even if we fall behind, we just gotta double up so we keep the numbers even with the weeks.
Exactly.
So we gotta go a week. We gotta go one podcast a week for a year straight, bro. I wrote it on my 2020 goals. So if we fall behind, we just gotta make up. We gotta have as many podcasts as there is weeks in the year.
52.
So, all right, so 52 episodes for season 1.
Okay.
And we'll do it in, what do we call it? Seasons?
Season 1?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or I don't know. What do you call 1 year? Like, do you just go? How do we name it? Do we go by episodes, or do we go by seasons? Like, that'd be kind of cool, right?
That would
season
be.
1, season 2, year 2, 3, 4. You know?
Serialize it in some way. So that way we could kind of like log it. I like the way we're going though. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Do we say the numbers, or do we eventually just start and just? We always say, "Hey, welcome to episode number," for sure, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because like even in TV shows, remember the 100th episode of a TV show back in the day? They were always
that was like an important one.
Yeah.
For our 100th episode.
But listen, we've been gone a little bit. What have we missed, man? What's going down? Anything we need to touch up on from the reviews, or what's going on? What any big events happened? What was this weekend?
Well,
we saw the
Super Bowl last week.
I saw the Super Bowl show.
Yeah.
How was the Super Bowl? I don't know who won. Who won the Super Bowl, dog?
The Kansas City Chiefs won the Super Bowl. They beat the San Francisco 49ers, but I think who really won the Super Bowl was Latina women, specifically Shakira and J-Lo.
Yo, that was a good.
That was a good show right there.
Yeah, J-Lo's a shit, man. She's old school. She's been around for a long time. Shakira's my favorite, though. Shakira's the best.
That woman doesn't age.
She dances so good.
Whew.
And she doesn't age. How was Super Bowl? Who won?
The Kansas City Chiefs won. Patrick Mahomes did his thing. Fourth quarter comeback. Super Bowl 1 of question mark. We'll see. This kid's got an amazing arm. He's got a lot of moxie, and he's got a great team around him, and in a potential dynasty for the next couple of years. Dynasty alert right there. So we'll see.
Really?
Yeah, that's how good this team is. This team is built for the future, and the future is now, because they've been steamrolling people the last 2 years ever since he took over as the starter for the team. So props out to Kansas City, first Super Bowl in 50 years. I'm a Jets fan. That gives me a lot of hope, a whole lot of hope. Yeah.
Oh, so it's longer than it's longer than the Jets, or what?
1 year less.
Who has the most losing streak?
I guess the Lions, huh? They haven't won one since. They've never won a Super Bowl. They've won it since before it was called that.
Yo, I forgot to tell you, man. All right, all right.
Yeah.
Fuck football, man. I forgot to tell you. All right, so listen to this. I was listening to the Chael Sonnen podcast. So he was talking about like radio. Did you know? All right. Maybe you can Google this. Man, how many minutes is actually played in a football game of playtime? Is there actually in a fucking game, man?
It depends.
No wonder I don't like goddamn. I remember last podcast talking about how I'm not into football anymore. It's not because I'm over here. Hold on a sec. What? What is the ratio? What is the stats on that again? It's something stupid, right?
It's between 12 to something like 20 minutes.
Yo, he said it was 14 minutes, I think, and then you split it in half.
Yeah, it depends.
It was 7 minutes each, 14 minutes each team, 7 minutes each, 7 minutes offense, defense each team per half.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was like that. But, yo, that's a lot of airtime and bullshit in between, man. What the hell is taking so long? That's all
Oh, dude.
Commercials,
listen.
and advertising and bullshit.
That's
man.
the NFL. And imagine in the national championship game, it was logged in at 4 hours and about 30 minutes or something like that for a college football game. That's a lot of airtime. That's a lot of advertising money too. That's why the Super Bowl is one of the most expensive ad airtimes you can buy in America.
Oh yeah, well, it's always like that's what everybody watches. Even people who don't watch Super Bowl watch Super Bowl for the commercials, right? It's like, remember whenever back in the day, everybody's like, yo, did you see the commercials?
Well, I mean, like the NFL and specifically football was built around advertising. The reason there's certain timeouts and the reason the game stops so much for so long is because of advertising. They sell advertising throughout their entire time. In fact, it's actually much better to go to a bar or your buddy's house to watch a football game than it is to go to an actual football game. That's why I love college football, but that's different.
Yeah, I hate college football too because there's even more crooks because the fucking coaches and everybody's making money and then the players can't make any money whatsoever.
Yeah,
that's why I hate college football even more. And then these guys are like, yo, these guys are playing for millions. People are making millions and millions and millions of dollars off of their name, and
billions.
These fucking players are broke as fuck, man. Yo, when I used to work at Outback Steakhouse, the guys from UM, they used to come into to the restaurant and eat, and they always fucking tip like shit, and I'd be so mad. But it's like, of course now
they're broke.
Now as I'm older, I realize, they were just broke ass college kids. Cause they used to be so mad. It's like, oh, these fucking football players coming in,
and you think they're like
all
balling
fucking,
out.
Yeah, you think, yeah, exactly. Like the first time they came in. Yeah, man. So they come in and I'm like, oh fuck. I thought, man, for sure. But they're like, no. Now I get it. Now it's like, oh, and I remember back in the day, I used to get mad as fuck when I was a waiter, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to take care of then when I was in Miami, these kids from UM used to come in. They're stiff us and shit. So mad, but it's just they're just broke ass college kids, like every other college kid, you know. It's so fucked up. And then the stupid ass coaches are making mad money. Everybody's just making mad money. And then they get in trouble if they take anything, right? And then they got like oh my god, it's like
corrupt.
Yo, it's so stupid. It's so corrupt. It's stupid.
You know what?
It's just
as
stupid as the fucking government. And oh man,
this is another thing a lot of people don't realize, that a lot of these schools are actually public schools. They're government schools. So technically the coach, the football coach, is a public employee. He is a state employee. I remember in ESPN, Sports Illustrated, one of these big sports magazines, they made a graphic to say that in a lot of these states, the highest paid employee is like a football coach who's making $12 million a year, $4 million a year, $5 million a year, and that's from state money. In a lot of these states, a football coach is making the most money from that state. It's kind of crazy.
What do you do to change that, yo? What can you do? Like, yo, what can you do?
That's a whole nother conversation.
Like, where do you even start?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you? What do you think? Like, you think college players should make bread? They should make money, yo.
Yeah, make
How
money.
much money? They should make a lot of money.
That's
then.
why there's this new.
And then what do you call it? College, or then? But is it? But it's definitely not. It's not as good as NFL, right?
I mean, no, not really. But that's what makes it exciting.
Hey, there's no Olympics. There's no football in Olympics, huh?
No. We're the only country that
plays football, huh?
So I kind of want to.
Some countries play baseball. A lot of countries play baseball. People love baseball.
A lot more than you think. Yeah, a whole lot more. In fact, I think the World Baseball Classic, which is basically the World Cup of baseball, a couple years ago was the Dutch team that won. The Netherlands.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
They got the most per capita tall people. I don't know if you knew that.
A lot of hand-eye coordination going on.
Yeah, but anyways. About football, these fucking guys, I don't want to say these fucking guys, but they only play for 14 minutes. That shit is smoke and mirrors, people. Fucking drop the football like you gotta drop those fucking cigarettes. People love football, you know. But
can I just put it in context for people who are not from America real quick about college football specifically and why that's like so weird? Because there's pro football. How everyone thinks. Think pro soccer, pro football, where your country is. But in America, college football, if you go to school and you play for a school, college football is probably just as big as the NFL, as the professional league, which means a lot of people are watching as popular.
They're just not as good.
They're just not as, doesn't matter. Like, they still generate a lot of money for the school, yet these kids don't get paid. They're professional athletes.
Well, why you say to other countries? Nobody knows
because not a lot of people don't know about college football.
What about college sports in general?
How big it is.
But what about college sports in general? Don't other countries have college sports?
It's not at the same level as
America's the only one that has the stupid ass crazy.
That we make them amateurs. We
like
make
the cheerleaders, like the cheerleader show that you were watching yesterday.
Yeah, I was watching cheerleaders.
What the hell? Those guys are not fucking around. They're
love freaking talented too.
They love to cheerlead, man.
Yeah, they're
like,
real competitive.
What's
too.
gonna happen after? But it's like I guess you become there's a lot of things. That was crazy. But that's college cheerleading, right? That's
college cheerleading. Which there's nothing after.
So
that.
no other countries. That's funny because I was just like, no other countries you're saying are like have. So what is like university? What is university like?
Collegiate sports is not $1 billion business, and I don't think any other country.
What about football?
Soccer is not in the same. It's a completely different type of system.
And do you know about the football system in soccer?
Yes, the way it works. Yeah. So the way it works is in let's just take a random team, and Man United. All right. They have an academy. They have a youth academy, and they scout and they recruit kids. I don't know. Sometimes in the ages, it could be as young as 9 years old. But usually, the recruitment age for a lot of these soccer big time European clubs is between 12 to 14 years old. They'll identify some talented kids in different competitions, clubs, or competitions, church whatever. Kids playing all the time. They'll scout these kids, talk to the parents. If they sign with Manchester United, they go and Manchester United takes them in. They have an academy, which means they have give them room, give them board, schooling. But most of the time, they're playing soccer. They're a structured soccer tier level, and they compete with other comparable youth squads who are also in the Premier League, sometimes other really high-level club teams. This is a system that works all throughout Latin America, also all throughout Europe. This is a
intertwined.
It's all intertwined. I mean, a lot of the ways these big clubs sign from small clubs is just different people who have over the years, alumni have gone to other teams, so they've gone connections with other clubs. Oh, I know that this kid plays over here.
Yeah.
So it's just that's how it works.
Who's your soccer team, yo? Who's your football team, soccer team? I don't know what to say because I say a lot of different words now since we've been living out here. So I don't know if I should call that shit football like the rest of the fucking world calls it. I don't want to sound like no sucker. I'm calling it soccer.
Exactly, yeah.
Yo, what soccer team you like? But then the thing is, if me and you were talking, we could talk about football too. So we got to distinguish, you know?
It's like we got our own lingo.
But if I talk to somebody from another country, I wouldn't dare call that shit soccer.
Unless it's in Australia.
Sound like some...
They say the same thing.
That's why I love what? Aussies. Are you serious?
Yeah, Aussies call it soccer too.
Yeah, but that's because they call footy something else.
Yeah, they call it
footy's
AFL.
Rugby. Son?
Yeah, no? Aussie rules, which is fun to watch, by the way.
Yo, so alright, so we had the Super Bowl.
Yeah, we had the Super
Bowl this weekend. What else was popping off? What was
just maybe this was a big weekend for a lot of things. And I felt some type of way when I heard this news that Kobe Bryant passed away.
That was terrible.
That was not.
Yeah, that was super sad, fun. Man. Just thinking about fuck. Were you big Kobe? I mean, yo, he played throughout our whole. It's kind of surreal, man. Thinking about it, it's super sad. It's sad when anybody dies, but of course, like he was like, fuck, man. He was a super winner, you know.
Yeah, man.
Mamba mentality. He had like a lot of. Man, what's crazy is that like he died in a helicopter crash, and the only reason why he was driving a helicopter is so he could spend more time with his kids, yo.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just a super sad story.
Died with his daughter too.
Yeah, so just whatever's going on, you know, just another friendly reminder, you know, just whatever the hell's going on, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
To just be grateful. If you're alive, if you're breathing, you're doing all right. You know what I'm saying? If you're living, you're living the dream already. You know, the dream of living. So, you know, just keep the gratitude in our hearts, you know, the condolences out to his family and everybody, I'm sure. And I bet you LA is hurting right now, man.
Yeah.
Just think, he went through a lot of generations of basketball, man. This guy played between his era, so it was almost like 3 generations of basketball, yo.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because you got, when he started out, it was still like in the Jordan era.
Yeah.
What about who was in that? Who was like the big dogs because remember, a lot of great players during Jordan got undershined because of Jordan. Right? I'm sure that happens with a lot of, whenever they have the GOATs in any sport, that happens a lot, you know?
Yeah.
So then Kobe played with Michael.
He played with Michael. He played obviously
Malone.
He played with Malone, with Stockton.
Iverson.
Did he play with Reggie Miller? He must have.
I don't know. Then he played with. So then for a while. So then like after the Michael era, it was the Kobe era, right?
For sure,
Ewing. For a long time, right? Yeah. Oh, Ewing. For a long time, then it was like the Kobe era. Yo, he was dominant. That's kind of like
the thing.
All right, so we were talking football. It's like I'm not too into it anymore. Team sports, but the one team sport that I do appreciate is that where you can really like one guy makes a difference. Basketball.
Yeah.
Like one guy can you can win mad games.
Oh yeah.
You can win a lot of games.
Ask the Raptors. Oh yeah.
Who do the Raptors got?
Well, last year they won the title because basically Kawhi Leonard just willed them to a title last year.
The Raptors? The falafel rappers? The falafel rapper? Falafel. What was the name?
The most delicious dinosaurs.
Falafel's not the name of falafel. Falafel Raffles, that's not the name of the city. Where are the Raptors from?
The Toronto Raptors.
Toronto. Yo, Toronto and what's the name of the Raptor? What's the name of the Raptor dinosaur? Velociraptor?
Velociraptor. Shout out to Toronto and falafels.
Toronto. I didn't mean falafels. I meant the...
Velociraptor.
The Velociraptor.
Yes.
Which I meant the Toronto Raptors. All right. On subject. Bro, Kobe. So then after the Jordan era, then it was like the Kobe era for how long? Because then he was dominating with Shaq for a while, but then he was still winning games. Oh, yeah. We were talking about this the other day. The Spurs, bro. Mm-hmm. He was going toe to toe with those great Spurs teams too. Man, he played with a lot of. He played with every great player, in his prime, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yes, he did.
And how was he like when LeBron was already in the league? You remember? Like he was still killing it, right?
Still killing it, yeah.
Did he ever beat like Wade out when Wade and LeBron were? Did he ever win a ring in the same seasons, same era as Wade and LeBron?
I don't remember. I can't recall. I know he won after
what was the last?
A couple with Gasol.
Oh yeah.
They had Kobe, Shaq, Kobe, and then just Kobe, Gasol. They were dominating for years. But I mean that Mamba mentality, that will to be great.
Damn, yo, 41 years old. Mm-hmm. I can't believe he's so young. I was like,
he's like Big Brother age for me.
Yeah, that's like I was Big Brother age. Yo. I was just thinking, I was like, fuck, I got friends that are 41, yo. Fuck. It's like, yo, 41 is like, I haven't accomplished shit in my life. I'm almost his age, bro. Like, damn, dog. I'm talking about, I gotta step my game up, bro, because, like, he must have done a lot of shit by my age already, you know? We're only on episode 4, man. What the fuck? We're talking about, what do we get? Like, oh, man. Whatever, dog. You know what I'm saying? It's all about, it's all about perception, you know? Shout out. Oh, on another note, over the weekend, my coach had a big win. We were talking about, man, do I got a booger in my nose?
Nah, you good.
All right, because I feel like it's like creeping in my mustache. You feel me? Yo, shout out to my coach, Enrico Coco. I was telling everybody for a long time, he had this match against the Boogeyman. He submitted him in overtime with the inside heel hook, which I thought I said it in the podcast sometime, but I was just said it in my brain or to somebody else because I was looking for that part in the episode and I never found it. Like the last 3 episodes, like what the fuck? I guess I never said it, you know. But I had a feeling that's exactly how that's his shit, you know. The inside heel hook, that's one of his go-tos, you know. So shout out to my coach Enrico Coco, the homies over in Zen Jiu-Jitsu, killing it. And I saw he's got another match coming up now. Man, he's got another match against. I wrote it down. Oh, this guy is pretty good. I think this guy won the trials last year, the year before. Ethan Krenlinstein.
Oh, yeah, he won East Coast trials.
So he won the trials. I think he's like a Dana. I think he's a Faraz Sahabi guy. I think I saw a match of his somebody. So a while ago. I don't know. I'm pretty sure though he's from Canada. And then he comes down and trains at Danaher, but he's like one of the Danaher guys. So
he wasn't able to.
Exciting match, yo.
He wasn't able to compete in ADCC last year because of injury. But,
so he wasn't gonna do it, yo.
Yeah, he just won Jits King 16-man tournament a couple weeks ago, I think.
60-man.
16 man.
Ooh,
16.
Yeah, it's still legit. Yeah. All right, so if y'all don't know, I don't know. I'm not predicting how he's gonna win yet. I'm gonna see this guy Ethan. I'm going to watch him with matches to grapple, and then before I'll give you my prediction, and hopefully I can nail another one. But this time I'll remember to say it, dog, so it can... I'm trying to look like Houdini on this shit. Yeah. Because, yo, people be... I don't know. The thing is, I've been around the block, JP. I've been around the block. I've trained with a few people, dog. I've seen some things, and I'm telling you right now, I've rolled with the best of them, and I'm just glad to see my coach getting his shine, because there's not too many guys that have put the shellacking on me at the level of capacity that he has. So.
The same level of consistency.
And there's not a lot of people like as that deserve it as much. So I'm excited to see that.
Nice.
Props to the boys in the 3-0 fizzle. In the 305.
Congrats, Coco.
How you been, man? What's going on? What's going on in the world? The J Pizzle. Anything new?
We're doing good here, man. We're doing good. Just been training a lot at Tiger over there, and I'm really grateful for being in that gym, man.
What happened? Grateful. Yo, what happened with is there any coronavirus in Thailand? First of all, number one, let's. By the way, guys, just goddamn. I'm sure you heard the coronavirus is rolling up on us. I feel like there's always something new to dodge and swift from. But what's going on? Do you have any Phuket news about the?
In Thailand right now, last I heard that we have 25 infected people in Thailand.
Oh fuck, 25.
20 had in total so far, 25, and at the moment I believe 13 are still there, are still being quarantined. Everyone else has been discharged. There's been a few people who've been suspected of being infected, but no confirmations on them. The only number we have right now is 13. There was 25 total. And the total dead around the world is 560. Most of those are in China.
560?
Just over 560 today's number. Yeah. 2 of them were outside of China, but they were all people who had just visited and died outside.
Yo.
So that's the coronavirus so far right now.
So 560. So what do you think? I feel like I don't know, dog. It's all right. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was a lot worse. So Thailand's pretty safe. We're all right.
Thailand's right
what
now.
What about Phuket?
Yeah.
There's nothing in Phuket?
No. The one person they thought.
Oh fuck! I told my friend that.
They're screening all the people who are coming from Chinese airlines and Chinese destinations, or even if you pass through China, you're being screened. But screening here means like they'll just kind of go with a body temperature gun and just make sure you're not under 38 degrees Celsius, I believe.
Yeah, I got checked to go into the mall yesterday.
Oh, no way, really?
Yeah, so it's good, yo. So if you guys are up in Phuket, you know what I'm saying? We safe out here, dog. We need to get somebody in Patong in the White Room checking it. We need to get somebody in front of we need to have a little lady in front of the lady bars in Patong checking people for the coronavirus, yo.
Yeah, there's so many Chinese like tourists that come to Phuket, and they've like basically canceled so many. All the Chinese tour group companies have been like just canceling left and right. There's like 300 buses just sitting in a lot every day
word?
in Phuket. Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of Chinese tourists in Phuket.
It's a lot of money right there that's not coming in. But hey, got to be safe.
Yeah, you know when you go to 7-Eleven, there's mad Chinese in there. I'm like, fuck, I gotta go to another 7-Eleven, dog.
They're smelling fruit. They're staring on that line. You know.
Hey, oh man, so listen, current events, I'm kind of excited, dog. On another note, last UFC, the Conor McGregor card, I was like, whatever. I didn't think it was that good of a card, but man, with this Friday coming up, UFC, what number is it? 247?
247.
Oh, I wrote down the fight. Oh, you got the fights right there. Boom, I wrote down a little paper. Oh man, so UFC 247. I'm pretty excited, man. This is a pretty good card. This is actually so. Last podcast, I was like shitting on I was like, fuck. I said last podcast, I was like, the UFC didn't put that good card last card. I guess they didn't need to with Conor. Yeah. Because what was we was reading, like that pay-per-view, they killed it, I heard.
Yeah, 1 million buys.
That's the first time with the ESPN thing, right?
Yeah, with any streaming pay-per-view, and ESPN is now the pioneer.
So Conor's where the money's at, yo. Mm-hmm. That's no joke. He put some real numbers in. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Wow. And then, all right, so then check this out. And there's a bunch of new signups. So I wonder if now the people already signed up for ESPN Plus. It says they had an increase in people when they get the pay-per-view. Yeah. They just got the ESPN Plus. They paid $15.
They just went up.
So a bunch of people just paid $15. Now this UFC coming up, this card is pretty stacked. Mm-hmm. I'm pretty excited about this card. Now in the main event, we got UFC 247 John Jones versus Dominic Reyes. All right, to be completely honest, I've never seen Dominic Reyes fight. I've never seen him fight. His last fight, though, he knocked out Chris Weidman. Yeah. Which, I was there. I was going to watch that fight. And then I went to the bathroom. When I came out, he got knocked out. but or something happened. But I remember I was like looking. I just remember like looking behind. I was like, oh, and then but he knocked out Chris Weidman. That's got to be no joke.
Mm-hmm.
So I was watching the countdown show, and then I got super pumped. I was like, oh shit, this guy Dominic Reyes. He was a football athlete. He's like a college athlete. He was like a badass, and he was finishing mad people. And then on the countdown show, I was getting all pumped, and then I seen John Jones is hitting the pads, and he's looking all like whatever. But then I was like, hold on, you know what? I think this is how he always does when they, and you don't know when they film those countdown shows for like for the ESPN. He's not gonna be showing nothing crazy, you know.
And this ain't his first rodeo.
Yeah, exactly, dog. So like when I'm watching the countdown show, like 15 minutes into the countdown show, I was like, oh shit, this guy Dominic Reyes is no joke. He's got the eye of the tiger. You know what I'm saying? I messaged my boy Shay. I was like, yo, he's gonna do it. He's a college athlete. John Jones ain't hungry. He's looking sluggish. But then I was thinking about it, and I was like, hold up. And then I was looking at who he fought, and then I was like, ooh, I don't know. He got like an impressive win over OSP. He knocked him out like in the very end of the round. And then he had some big wins. He's 12-0 though. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. We'll see. But I'm excited. I'll tell you what though, the last thing the UFC wants is for fucking this guy Dominic Reyes to win.
Yeah.
That will be like a big stinkerooski.
Mm-hmm.
So John Jones is going to get the job done. I would like to see John Jones come out and just do something amazing. So hopefully, like maybe like the name Dominic Reyes isn't like the big super fight that we want to see. But hopefully it's like a good enough fight where we can like, John Jones can do something dope, you know, do some, you know, use his legs.
Yeah.
Maybe get like a crazy elbow or finish. So that's going to be a sick fight. I'm looking forward. Regardless, the big boys 205ers, and it's always exciting to see John Jones fight, yo. Mm-hmm. He's the best.
It's an event.
And then in the co-main event, who we got? Ooh, this fight is another one where this girl's, I think, is in big trouble, son. We got Valentina Shevchenko. So we got Valentina's at 18-3 right now. She's going up against Caitlin Chukagian, who, again, I've never seen fight before, son.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of crazy. We got two of the GOATs, two of the best fighters, I think, in the UFC, two of the best champions in the UFC right now, going against two super underdogs, you know?
Yeah.
I was looking at the girl, so then I was watching the count, so then Valentina's been training at Tiger.
Yeah.
So she's been doing her camp at Tiger. Yeah, she was just there with her, yo, and watching her train is like amazing, man. It's like so inspiring. Yo, she got her mom, her coach Pavel, she got her sister, you know, just the whole, it's like literally like the whole family training together, you know, getting ready for a scrap. It's so dope. But I was watching this girl, Caitlin Chukagian, on the warm-up show, and I was like, I don't know, son, I didn't like the way she was moving, dog, you know. Sometimes you can just see from the way people move, you know, like, I don't know, you've seen it a few times. You see a fight square off, and you see, like, the way one guy is kind of, like, on his toes, shoulders, and you just get like, ooh, sometimes you know right away, like, oh, somebody's about to get fucked up. So I'm looking forward to this fight. So the main thing I think with these two fights is that like it's a good chance for the UFC to get two big highlights, two big highlight finishes, you know what I'm saying? And get a lot of eyes looking at to show the world the stars that Valentina and John Jones are, you know? Because everybody already kind of knows, but because you got like kind of the complete package in both of them, you know? Like they're super exciting, you know? With John Jones, you got a lot of controversy, yo, which, damn, I would like to see. I'm trying to think since the USADA era, since his picograms.
Mm-hmm.
He's had a picogram versus Gustafsson, and then I think he also had picograms against, who did John Jones fight after
Cormier?
Gustafsson? Nah. Oh yeah, no. Cormier, I think he just popped, Cormier was either cocaine or dick pills. Anthony Smith, I think it was Anthony Smith that he still had a little bit of picograms in him.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So
yeah, it was.
So Thiago Santos was gonna be like the one, I think, besides the OSP fight when he took the big break, the Thiago Santos was the fight where we were like, where he looked like the most human. So I'm hoping he comes back like he's pumped and he wants to show the world that he's still the baddest motherfucker, because John Jones is the man, yo. Like I said, with the Valentina fight, I'm thinking for predictions, I think Valentina wins by KO. Round three. Round three KO. Yeah. And then with John, I have no idea, but I'm hoping he gets. I wouldn't be surprised if John Jones got the submission finish and this one for the main event, for sure. And then
what round you think
for John? Ooh, I don't know. It depends. Let's say John Jones round 3. I'm just going off the top. I have no idea. Honestly, to be tricky, I'm not trying to act like no like I ain't guessed. I definitely think they're gonna win. How? And I definitely think they're gonna win by stoppage. This chick Caitlin's pretty tough, man. What's her record? She's
13-2.
Yo, she's only lost 2 times. Yo, click on her. I think. Oh man, but I know MMA math never adds up. But just to let the common fans know, she's lost to Jessica I, and Jessica I Valentina knocked Jessica I out. I believe in the first round by a KO.
Yeah, she was separated by the earth.
And she also lost to Liz Carmouche, who click on Liz Carmouche.
Liz Carmouche.
Click on the name here. And I believe Liz Carmouche, and I believe Valentina, she fought Valentina before, right?
Yes. Valentina beat her in a decision. Unanimous decision. So
her only 2 losses are 2 people that Valentina has already beat. And one of them stopped devastatingly, and the other one dominated. But yo, Valentina hasn't lost a round in a long time, and she might be like one of the most, definitely like top 3 most proficient strikers in the UFC when it comes to like straight pure Muay Thai. Just the way she does, yo, she's always in the right position.
Exactly.
She's always in the right spots. And this is what I was gonna say with this chick, with her opponent, with this chick Caitlin. What she was saying is that she's like, oh, Valentina's a counter striker. And, with me, with the fighters that she's been fighting, I'm not going to give her that space. And I'm going to be constantly at her and constantly giving her that pressure. And then when I heard that, I was just like, oh, no. I was like, all right. If this chick, Caitlin, fights like she says she's going to fight, I think she's going to walk right into a vicious KO, dog. Because you can't beat Valentina like that. You know what I'm saying? There's no way she's losing like that. Like, she's talking about, like, oh, she's like, I'm going to put the pressure. Whenever a fighter says that, it needs to be like, most of the time when a guy says they're gonna like close the distance and put like a lot of pressure and try to and shut the person down, I think this matchup, this style, this game plan works well with like a big power puncher, like Stipe Miocic versus Francis Ngannou.
I see. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? You see the way, like, that's the type of performance that Caitlin's talking about having. You know what I'm saying? That she's gonna close the distance. She's gonna put this pressure, and like she's just gonna be too much. She's gonna be too much. She's saying that she's gonna put too much volume, like on Valentina, it's gonna be too much. Now, if Valentina was a big striker, like a counter puncher, and like a big knockout artist, who, I guess the gift and the curse of being a big knockout artist is sometimes when you do, like, if she was like the type of person like big KO finishing power, but then kind of fatigued in the later rounds, I'll be like, okay, yeah, that's a sound game plan. This chick has a fighting chance. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But to have that game plan against a fighter that's a counter striker, and it's a counter striker at Valentina's level, that where she's a counter striker when she wants to, and I think, and then you know what I'm saying. But like, and if she wants to, she can come forward on you too. So. I don't know, boys. I think it's going to be a highlight reel, so I'm excited for that one. Representing Peru and Kyrgyzstan, and she's fighting in Texas, so the bullet fighting in Texas.
La bala.
It only makes sense. Oh, man, and then right underneath it, yo, we got our homeboy, we got the man Justin Tafa, dog. Holler, big shout out to Tafa Gang. He's going against, what's this American guy's name? I just saw it. Oh, here, I got it right
Juan Adams.
Juan Adams. Ooh, you think and then I saw Juan Adams. He lost to Greg Hardy. So that's why I saw his fight with Greg Hardy, where it was kind of like a bullshit stoppage. Was that his last fight, yo?
Yeah, that was his last fight.
All right, so this guy has been out for a while, and then he has 2 losses in a row in the UFC. Mm-hmm. How was his second loss?
Second loss, he was a decision loss, a unanimous decision loss to Arjan Singh Bular on UFC Fight Night 151. That was May of last year.
All right, so I got the big dog Tafa, first round KO. It's just going to be too slick, too smooth. You know what I'm saying? He's looking to bounce back from his last scrap of Ruski. And, yo, to kick off the card, this is going to be crazy, yo. We got Derek Lewis versus Ilar, what's that? I forgot his
Ilar Latifi.
What is, how do you say his name again, yo?
Ilar.
I was gonna say Ilar Latifi, right?
Ilar.
Ilar.
Ilar
Latifi. But yo, I think, alright, whenever it's...
Favorite name to say, ever.
I don't recall too many, yo, the only weight class that people don't really do too good when they go up is, like, from 205 to heavyweight. A lot of the guys aren't doing too well. Or no, 185 to 205, the bump up hasn't been doing good for a lot of guys. But yo, Derek Lewis versus the RTV, I think this is a good fight for Derek Lewis for 3 rounds. No matter what you do to this guy, no matter what you think he's done, he's gonna have his hands down at his knees, huffing and puffing, and they're just gonna throw an uppercut and he'll finish your ass with the quickness. So yeah, I got the Black Beast, Derek Lewis, by KO. I want to say round 1. So,
round 1, nice.
Hell yeah, came to see blood. So yo, I'm excited for for the main card. It's a pretty stacked main card, man. We got 2 heavyweight bangers. Then we got the most beautiful champion to ever do it, Dancing Queen Valentina. She's gonna come out. She's gonna be doing the spins and shit. It's gonna be wild, yo. You know what I mean? Representing, gonna be another title defense for Tiger Muay Thai. So it's beautiful, man. I'm excited about this card. I haven't been excited for a UFC in a while, but this one's popping off. This one's pretty good. And then, yeah, man, it's actually a good time for MMA, yo. There's a lot of good fights coming up that I've been seeing, so that's pretty chill.
Yeah.
What are you thinking? What do you like? What, any of the fights you're looking forward to most on UFC 247, dog?
I mean, my homegirl Valentina. I mean, that's the one I want to see the most. Other than that, I mean, I'm interested to see what Dominic Reyes has to bring to the table, just to see if there's anything.
I know, right?
different.
I want to see an exciting fight, but I also want to see like the old John Jones. I want to see him do something crazy.
Yeah, I don't want. I don't want this to be the upset.
Yo, here's the thing. I love John Jones, dog. I love John Jones with the picograms and all. It's hard to hate John Jones. His style, you know, but like the thing I like about John Jones is like his gameness, his meanness. You know what I'm saying? Where you see it a lot of times, but like, he just seems like I seem like, you know, he tries to play nice, and I think he should just be himself, dog. Like I would like to just be a fucking asshole and like play the heel role like 100%. You know what I'm saying? But like, it's weird. Like he's in that spot where like, you know, he keeps fucking up and making mistakes, but then like he's still trying, like he's still playing like the god role, but then he's making like mad mistakes where it's like I think he's better off just owning up to mistakes and just being like, yo, whatever, this is what I am. I'm a savage, but I'm also the best in the world. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So deal with it, you know?
Yeah.
So
a lot of his last couple of interviews have been about greatness. I've heard him talk about his legacy a lot more now than he was talking about it before.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? So you got 2 champions. That's the interesting thing about this card is you got 2 champions, yo, and 2 champions that I don't see anybody beating for a long time, yo. Yeah. I don't see anybody in 205, like, I don't even see no, like, up-and-comers in 205 that are, you know, just anybody. We need, yo, to beat John Jones, you need somebody that can, first of all, just meet his attributes, yo. Like, you need somebody that can just go toe-to-toe with him. And we've never found somebody that's been able to come into the octagon that is as strong as him. You know what I'm saying? Like, just let alone anything else. Just let alone, like, striking, kicking, elbows, you know, like, unorthodox. I don't know. I haven't seen... And then the person to beat Valentina across all the weight classes, yo, the girl to beat Valentina might be, like, 10 years old right now. You know, and I've been saying this about John Jones for, like, a while now, but that guy still hasn't come up in the rankings. You know what I'm saying? But the girl to beat Valentina right now is probably one of those girls you see on Instagram fucking hitting the lightning pads and throwing 32 kicks and then flying an armbar, you know. You seen the new generation of kids doing pads and stuff like that. Like, they're doing like 1, 2, 3 spinning wheel kick into a double leg takedown, and then after they get the takedown, they drop back for a Imanari roll. Like, they go inverted, get the heel hook, and then they defend the heel hook to go to the back. So I don't know, man. One of those girls you see hitting pads might be like, and that's, I don't even see that. And man, even then, because Valentina don't take no damage. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like she's been in like a lot of wars or anything like this. I mean, she's fighting, she's dominating, and she's not taking any licks.
Exactly.
So, and she hasn't lost a step, you know?
So it's hard to see anyone coming up right now in the near future beating her.
Yeah, dog. I don't know, man. Yeah, like I said, I don't see anybody beating her for a long time. I can see her retiring as the greatest ever, And I'm just kidding, Valentina. I don't want to upset Valentina, and I don't want her to hear this and be like, "Hey, you said somebody was gonna beat you." No, okay, I'm just kidding. But maybe the person's gonna beat you is like 10 years old. But maybe you already retire as the greatest ever, and you never lose again. Hopefully, knock on wood. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yo, John Jones. I don't know if he's slowing down, or if he just doesn't sometimes get excited for some of these matchups. Because as of late, he hasn't been looking like the John Jones, like the wrecking machine that we've seen him before. But people have a lot of footage on him, you know what I'm saying? And it takes two to tango a lot of times. So a lot of these guys, when they fight John Jones, I think they realize right away that they can't beat him. Mm-hmm. And then they just fight to survive instead of trying to actually fight to finish him. Because a lot of times when that happens is, like, you get in there and you realize right away, oh, fuck, you're in big trouble. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's what happens a lot of times when people fight John Jones. They get in the ring, and then once they realize they can't beat him, they just don't want to get finished in front of everybody, and then they want to lose disturbingly. So sometimes it's kind of like a lackluster fight. Because a lot of times when they go against him, if they feel like they have a chance to survive, and then he's known to, like, just coast and take the victory once in a while and rack up those decisions, Mm-hmm. So 247 wrap up. I'm excited about that one. Yeah. I'm actually gonna wake up this morning. I'm gonna wake up last for this one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I wanted to ask you something. What's up with you? When do you want to fight again?
Ooh, that's a good question, dog. I want to fight soon, yo. So we had to take a little bit of week off. You know what I'm saying? Caught a little bit of a training injury. Caught a little headbutt. A little left way action. So we had to take it like a little bit of time. But man, I'm looking forward to fighting soon. I'm trying to jump in. I was considering actually dropping the bantamweight, and then I've been fighting at featherweight in 1FC for the last 5 fights, but I've had half my career at bantamweight and I've had half my career at featherweight. So but the later half lately, since I've been 30, I've been at featherweight and I've been living life.
Mm-hmm.
So I was thinking about I was gonna go down to bantamweight, and then I mentioned something to the boys, and then I checked my weight and I was a little bit high, so I might be sticking at featherweight. And because I compete for one, so a lot of people don't know how the weight. A lot of people don't know how the weight cutting situation, or not weight cutting, how the weight protocol works.
Yeah.
In one championship.
Yeah. How is it?
All right, yo. So for the people who don't know.
Walk us through.
All right. So for the people that don't know, okay. So in one championship, basically every weight class got bumped up 10 pounds or 5 kgs. Okay, so somebody died cutting weight a long time, like a while ago now. So they've been doing this protocol for quite a few years, and I've been with them for like 2-3 years, and they've been doing it since I started, so a long time. So to avoid drastic weight cutting, so they don't want like people like dehydrating their bodies and getting real unhealthy before fight week, when it's kind of crazy, right? Like, you're gonna fight and you're gonna get into like the biggest athletic competition of your life, but you're gonna basically dehydrate yourself and like put your body in like the worst state it can possibly be health wise for 24 hours. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's kind of crazy. But so what one did to avoid weight cuts is they increased every weight class 5 pounds or 10 or 5 kgs or 10 pounds. Sorry. So you have featherweight is now 66 kilograms to 70 kilograms, or 145 to 155. So where featherweight is usually competed at 140 is contested at 145 pounds or 66 kilograms. Now featherweight is contested at 155 pounds. Okay, so that goes for every single weight class. So lightweight is 170 pounds, and lightweight is 170 pounds. It's 170 pounds. So that's the one that has the biggest gap. So the athletes they can weigh anywhere from 155 to 170. Okay, and here's how the catch is for that, because it's not just one weigh-in. So then you're actually gonna do technically 3 weigh-ins. So when you arrive, like on fight week, you get there a little bit early so they can do medicals and everything, and then they check your initial weight, which is like an unofficial weigh-ins, and then you gotta kind of show that you're like within range, And then you fight on Friday. So most of the times the one fights are on Friday. So then you weigh in on Wednesday, and you weigh in on Thursday, and you have 2 weigh-ins, and you gotta check your hydration, and you gotta check your weight at the same time.
So every time you weigh in, there's a hydration test.
Oh yeah. So you do the hydration test first. They check where you pee in a cup, and then they check your hydration, and you gotta be within a certain number, And then if you hit that number and you're hydrated, then you can pass on to the next part, which is the weight. But you can't you gotta make both, right? So hydration, I think, is like the number one. You gotta make hydration. So a lot of guys, so that's the catch. So you gotta be hydrated, and you gotta be on fighting weight, which you have an extra 10 pounds for whatever weight class you were in. So like now I've competed most of my career at 135 pounds bantamweight, where I would be cutting like 15 pounds on the last week, like 12 to 10 pounds on the last week, maybe 15 pounds over 10 days to 2 weeks,
Anywhere, so that's anywhere.
So like I was fighting at 135, right? And I'll be walking around like at 155, which is, I walk around a little bit heavier now because I've been fighting at 155. But before, I used to walk around at 155, and then in training, like try to get my weight to like 150, but that'll be my cutoff. I'll never be below 150, but I'll be 150 pounds, like pretty thin, you know what I'm saying? And then from 150, I'll make the weight cut where like I'll start cutting out carbs and eating no rice, just like protein and salad for a few days, and then it's like slowly go down, like. And then on the last week, like I'll probably be like 10 pounds over, and then I'll be like 145 pounds, and then I'll make that last cut, like within 2 weight cuts. I'll probably do like 2 weight cuts, go to the sauna, lose 5 pounds, go to sleep, and then maybe wake up in the morning and try to do like the last 3 or 4 pounds, and then make weight like that.
How long in the sauna would you have to be to lose 5 pounds?
Depends on how dehydrated you are, Like if you drink a lot of water, like if you're water loading properly, or like you really fill your water up with a lot of fluid, so then like your body is used to sweating a lot, Sometimes it comes off pretty easily, But everybody's different. Like for me, 5 pounds take a long time. For me, to get my frame to like 135 pounds, like it would be a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like it was no joke.
I see.
I'd be like, like it was pretty. I hated it. It was like pretty miserable, But my catch is that I would make 145 really easy. But what I like now for 1FC is that I can fight at 155 pounds. So now I'm fighting 20 pounds more than I used to, but I'm still fighting at featherweight. If that makes any sense.
I see.
So you weigh in, you fight, you gotta check your hydration, you check your weight, and you gotta pass both tests in order to compete. So that's how the weight hydration test is, and that goes for every weight class. So like if Demetrius Johnson fights at flyweight, but he only has to make 135 pounds.
That's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yo, man, everything's going great. I'm feeling good, feeling healthy. Hopefully, I want to plan on fighting in the end of April. There's some good cards coming up.
Nice.
And maybe we can get me on that. What card? Oh.
Where is it?
Excuse me.
Where?
I gotta check. I'm not too sure, but I know like end of April, mid-April, I'm ready to fight, man. I'm ready to get back in the game. Been out for too long, you know what I'm saying? So the kids gotta come back. I gotta show you boys what's going on. You know what I'm saying? The Honey Badger days are not over.
No, hell no. Hell no.
Episode 4, JP.
In the books.
How we looking? What's our time at, big dog?
We're at just under 50 minutes.
No way.
Yeah, just about 50 minutes, 48 minutes.
Well, let's call it a day, son.
I think that's it for today.
Ladies and gentlemen, hey guys, thank you all so much for listening. If you're having a great week, we hope you continue to have a great week. If you're having a bad week, wish you the best. Don't stop believing. Don't give up. Do your best always. Love you guys, and we'll see you next time.